If you were to check the search volumes of any of the keywords on Amazon, the best place to find that information is your search query performance reports. On that context, most of us use software tools, it could be your Helium 10 or Jungle Scout or any other tool, in order to find this search volume information, isn't it? In today's conversation, we will deep dive into search query performance report, understand the search volumes of important keywords. Additionally, I'm also going to tell you how to find your search to conversion ratios. What does it really mean for your business? Should you really go after a keyword with higher search volume, or should you go after a keyword with higher conversion? Alright guys, to start off with, what I've done here is I've just looked into the search volume for a particular time period. Let's say I've taken weekly numbers, I'm looking at last week. And I see during this week from my search query performance report, what is the search volume on each of the important keywords. At a high level, how many total impressions were generated during that time frame, that is your total count. And then I also see how many impressions did my brand get, as in what is my brand share. All right. And then I have couple of insights about clicks. In total, how many clicks happened on a particular search term? What is the click rate? And then how many clicks did your brand receive? And then what is your brand share in terms of CTR? And then I also have a metric for add to carts. Remember, it is very important for us to understand the differences between a micro conversion and macro conversion. If somebody has added your product to the cart, it is definitely going to send a positive signal to Amazon. And then I also have my purchase information for each of the products. How many purchases happen on a particular search term? And then how many purchases did my brand achieve? And what is the brand share? The interesting thing over here is most of us are focused on search volume alone. What I'm trying to coin today is you should look at your search volume, no doubt about it. But in addition to that, you should also look at your conversion ratio. That is exactly where the concept of search to purchase ratio comes into picture. Let's say if I receive X number of impressions and then I have Y number of purchases, I can divide my purchases divided by impressions, that is my search to purchase ratio. In general, when we speak about conversion ratios, we take your purchases in your numerator and then you take your clicks in your denominator, isn't it? But what I'm saying today is you can take purchases in your numerator and put your impressions in your denominator in order to calculate your impression to purchase ratio. Alright, once you have this number, the dynamics of the game are going to change. Let's say if there are two search terms where you have 1000 search volume, 1000 search volume. On one of the search terms, you have an impression to purchase ratio of 10%. As in, for every 10 impressions, you are getting one purchase. On the other keyword, you have impression to purchase ratio of 5%, which means for every 20 impressions, you are getting one purchase. If you really have to assess this scenario, it is a no-brainer that you should prioritize the first search term because your impression to purchase ratio is much higher, isn't it? Let me also take another example. Let's say if I have a keyword with 1000 search volume and my impression to purchase ratio is 10%, and then I have another search term with a search volume of 2000, I have an impression to purchase ratio of 1%. Now, when you look at absolute search volumes, it may appear that the second keyword is more important. But when you work on your numbers, in the first case where I have 1000 search volume and my impression to purchase ratio of 10%, for every 10 impressions I am generating one purchase, which is good while my search volume is low. In the second case, while I have 2000 searches per month, my impression to purchase ratio is not very exciting, right? 2% of 2000 as in for every 40 impressions, I'm getting one purchase. With this context, what I request you to do is go back to your search term reports and make a list of all your hyper relevant important keywords and start to analyze this metric. Don't go with the established standards, as in your purchases by clicks. Why don't you go one step a little further? When you do that, you may have furthermore insights which can add a lot of value. Alright, I hope you learned something new from this video. If that is the case, I request you to subscribe to my channel and also share it with your friends. Have a nice day. Goodbye.